Hey, what's up? I want to let you know my experience at Ocho Rios. This video is overdue as it's been a month since I actually went to the hotel. In fact, I only finished unpacking my bag last night to make it know how long it's been. But better late than never, right? Fortunately, I documented 99% of everything that happened. If you don't believe me, you can check out my newsletter. So let's start off with the reception. The reception is, as you would expect it, the staff were welcoming. So, they didn't have any ill feelings towards that or anything. The only hiccup with the reception actually was that we didn't get our intended rooms. So originally we were supposed to get connected rooms. My mother and father would have one room, and then my brother and myself would have one room, and they would be connected by a door, so we could go back and forth. So apparently there weren't any connected rooms available, and we didn't find that out until we actually went there. To me, it wasn't really that much of a problem because my parents would have their space and my brother would have my space. I mean, at the end of it, we're going to spend the entire day, the entire vacation actually, as a family. So one room hiccup wouldn't really upset that. Onto the actual room itself now. While it wasn't connected, it was still on the same block as my parents, albeit around 2 or 3 stories above it. So in total, we were on the 5th floor and they were on the 2nd floor. So, that's a lot of walking, especially because I don't use an elevator if stairs are available. So I was with an extra workout from just using the stairs to go up 5 levels to get to my own room. It was fun, to be honest. The room itself was very spacious, and it even had a sofa bed for my brother to be on. It's also near the beach, so whenever you go on the balcony, you can just hear the ocean waves crashing against the sand. It's so nice. In fact, that's what I use as my meditation background noise, which you can see in these videos over here. Other than that, the only thing that really stood out to me visually were the fact that the outlets were different. The outlets seemed to be some kind of European thing, but with that, to me, that made sense because RIU is a Spanish chain of hotels. So it's like, okay, so they use Spanish, the same outlets that Spanish people use. But my charger still worked with it, fortunately, so, it wasn't that much of an issue. The only thing I didn't like about the room were the toilet and the shower. So the toilet, it would only flush like every 5 attempts. So you're supposed to hold it down for 5 seconds and then it's supposed to flush itself. But I would notice that it seemed like there had to be a certain weight in the toilet for it to actually work. So it was kind of annoying when I wanted to actually flush something, but I couldn't flush it because the toilet didn't want to flush. As for the shower now, the temperature would spike between extreme hot and extreme cold, which was really, really annoying. Especially if I wanted to have a cold shower, for example, I could never relax and be under the water because as quickly as it's going to be cold and everything, you're just going to feel the sudden heat hit you. And to be honest, if I had a choice, I would much rather cold water hit me than boiling hot water hit me. But it's whatever now. And now onto the food. First off, you have the buffet, which there isn't much to say about it. Unlimited food. What else could a grown boy ask for? Next, you had the specialty restaurants. I only visited 2 of them, but I believe there are about 3 or 4 of them on the actual property. First, you had Asian restaurant. This was the first Asian themed restaurant that I went to that they didn't have any teppanyaki. Teppanyaki, if you didn't know, is whenever the chef would prepare the food for you right in front of your eyes, like on the little iron griddle thing. So they didn't have that. Instead, they just had a buffet with Asian themed food, which tasted good. So I had nothing to complain about. I remember I had curry lamb and roti. It was probably the best curry lamb. It was the first time I had curry lamb, that's one. And then it was the best roti I've ever had, so it was well worth it. Second, you have the steakhouse. Now for me, whenever I go to a steakhouse, it's always a decision of if I get the steak that isn't well done. Because in Jamaica, everybody always cooks steak well done. So whenever you go to an actual restaurant now, you get the option. And I finally decided to cave in and went down 1 level and got medium well, and it was the best piece of meat I've ever had in my life. Like genuinely, just having it was fatty, it was juicy, it was not well done. So when I know for sure now that I'm not going to eat well done for probably the rest of my life, if I have the choice to, I should say. The only complaint I have about food itself actually is from the steakhouse, and it's because whenever they seat you, they give you a complimentary bread and butter, but the butter has rapeseed oil in it. Like I remember I took a picture of it and everything after looking at the ingredients, and even though I knew there was rapeseed oil in it, I still ate it. And I don't know if it was sheer coincidence or I was just tired from the workout earlier in the day or what, but after I ate the butter and bread, I felt so tired. Like my eyes were struggling to stay open. So yeah, that's up for investigation. Now onto the amenities. So Pools. I have two types of pools to talk about. First, you have the pools that you actually swim in. I never went to the pool myself, but they had two, one for each building. They seemed at a standard around 4 foot deep pool, so there's nothing really special about them. I would really only be interested in the pools if they had pool water volleyball going on or water polo, but they didn't, so it was whatever for me. As for the second type of pool, the actual game that you play with the cue and the balls, it was paywalled. You had to pay $2 per game to play, and I was kind of shocked because it was the first time I went to an all-inclusive resort and they would paywall something like pool that has no electricity or water costs. It's just a physical game to play. But I guess people need to make their money somehow, so who am I to judge? Next, you had the beach. Now, it wouldn't be a Jamaican hotel if there wasn't a beach, and it wouldn't be a beach if it didn't have beach volleyball. You probably remember from this video about how that one beach volleyball game inspired me to actually make that video. My stamina sucked, as you probably remember from the video, but it's a great way to play with other guests. And I don't think there was ever a time where I looked at the beach volleyball area and there's nobody playing it. People were always there. Last but not least, a hotel isn't complete without table tennis. In fact, I was convinced that they didn't have a table tennis board until the second to last day. Through sheer coincidence, me and my dad found the table tennis table. It was hidden right beneath the lobby, so you had to go down some stairs and it was right there in front of their little teen center. So, of course, to make up for those 2 days that we just lost, we played for a good 2 hours. Which reminds me, I still have that match to cut, edit, and then make into a video for you. But how could I forget the gym? The thing I woke up for each morning. You also probably remember it from this video, but in case you didn't, I have 3 words to describe my experience with the gym. I love it. Whether it be warming up on the exercise bike, or having a proper bench to do decline sit-ups, or just having access to dumbbells that are heavier than 15 pounds. I had a little anxiety going there, especially on the first and last day since I was going there alone, but every second I was in the gym was worth it. Overall, I really enjoyed the stay because I was able to get a lot of work done and spend time with my family. It's ironic because I was very against going it at first, but hey, things happen for a reason. If I had to give my experience a rating, it would be a solid 4 out of 5, which is pretty damn good. So if you got any value from this video, remember to subscribe because the journey is only going to get better from here. Make sure you're always improving. I'll see you again soon. God bless.